So Eventide was one of the tracks that I wrote specifically for this EP. Once I had some of the other ones in place, like Pacific Sunset and In Your Arms, I instantly knew that there was a theme to this album. In mid-2019, Tycho, one of my favorite artists and biggest melodic influences, released a project called Weather, and I would easily call it one of my favorite releases of the year. I would say it's a must-listen, with tracks like Japan, Pink and Blue being among my favorite. So I while listening to this album on my daily, walking to the store to and from my house, I fell in love with the style that he conveyed in that record, and I wrote Eventide inspired by those emotions and tones that I felt while listening to Weather. While I was writing this EP, I actually was struggling to find a title. I had Pacific Sunset set, and that title was, set in stone by the lyrics of the song. In Your Arms was set, but it wasn't In Your Arms and High Tide at the time. It was just one big piece. So I really went intently and listened through what I have, which was In Your Arms, Pacific Sunset, and Eventide at the time, which was an unlabeled ID. And I was really trying to envision what I saw when I heard the music. And I got this very, very distinctive visual of a sun setting over the water. One day, the hook in the Eventide, "We Will Come Alive," popped into my head out of thin air. And these words had such a distinctive visual attached to them in my head. And I realized it was in line with the Untitled Sunset-themed record, which I was currently working on, before I even had the title of Eventide. And that Untitled Sunset EP finally had a name and title track, and that was Eventide. The Eventide top line was conceptualized and recorded in my echoey home studio in Los Angeles. And in a way, the tone of my voice in the track is a time capsule of this era of my life. A lot of the sonic qualities of my room will forever live on in the vocals of Eventide, at least to me on a spiritual level. And it's something that's really profound to me, the magic of recording your voice and the place in which you record it. If I had to compare this track to any song of my back catalog, I'd have to say it's a sort of spiritual follow-up to Paper Planes, with enchanting melancholic melodies played over a relaxing dance groove. And it's definitely one of my favorites from the EP as well.